Hey everybody, it's Dean again, back with Multi-Genre Music Man. And I was just thinking that I can't believe I have not played a Phil Collins song yet. Phil Collins, I love his music. I love Genesis music. And I just am very surprised I haven't put up a song by them yet. Matter of fact, when I first started doing this channel, I went around and asked a lot of my family friends, what's your favorite song? And I tried to do all their favorite songs. And I did not ask, just because I haven't spoken to him in a little while, my oldest brother David, I didn't ask him what he'd like to hear, but I do know Phil Collins is his favorite singer, and I'm 99% sure this is his favorite Phil Collins song. So this one I'm gonna do. So if I'm gonna do a Phil Collins song, that's the one I'm gonna do. Um, there is a lot of backstory to this song. I looked up the backstory because probably everybody's heard the story that was behind this. I guess it was three separate stories that were behind this song. Comes out that not none of them were true, and he did. In an interview I read, he explains what the actual truth was. I will get into that later in the song, but for right now, I do want to the part I want to mention is, so he started out as a drummer for Genesis. For Peter Gabriel was the lead singer. He would do some songs. Most drummers do sing, and they, like Beach Boys and all them, they have a drummer that can sing and usually sings a couple songs. That's kind of what it was. When Peter Gabriel left in 1978, I believe it was, um, Phil Collins had already been with the band for 6 or 7 years, something like that. And they asked him if he would be the lead singer, and at first he said no. He didn't want to do it. He'd rather just stay the drummer and whatever, and do a few songs here and there. And they checked with tried to hear a few singers, and they really couldn't find anybody they liked as the lead. And finally, Phil Collins said, "Okay, fine, I'll do it. You just got to find a new drummer." And in the beginning, he would actually lead sing and drum at the same time. But later they did find a drummer so he could go up front and sing. So that is how he started his career with Phil Collins. Now I'm going to play a part of the song, and then I'll stop it part of the way through, and I'll tell you what the actual reason this song was written, and what the actual backstory is to the song. And yes, this song does have an excellent drum solo, and when after they play it, I'll explain where he even came up with the idea for the drum solo. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not the drum solo, it's that drum right there. That drumming you're hearing right there in the beginning is what they were talking about. The way he come up with that was, I guess one day they were playing a song while Peter Gabriel was still the lead singer, and Bill Collins was drumming, and I guess to be able to, for the person in the studio that's recording to speak to you, they have to hit a button that sends, so they can hear, the band can hear him, and then they have to release it so they can hear the other way around, that he can hear what the band sounds like. Well, when he hit the button for it, he heard a really strange sound in the drum. It made the drum sound really weird when it was set to um, the band to be able to hear him. And so he told Phil Collins about this and said, "We got to figure out a way to set the machine up so it can record what that noise was, because I want you to hear it." And so they did. They set up a way to record what the sound would sound like when he's talking to the band and the band is playing a sound, what the noise is that he's hearing. And that noise that you're hearing right there is the noise that he was hearing. He said he later would definitely use that in a song, and this is the song he used it. So that kind of boo doo 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 that you're hearing, that's where he come up with that sound.
waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it in the air tonight. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am.
Okay. That one line right there in the song where he says, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend. I know who you know who I am. That spawned a bunch of stories. One story was that when he was a little boy, he saw a man drowned and he couldn't get to him, and the man drowned and he couldn't do anything about it. The second story that spawned from it was that there was a man who had beat up his wife at one point in his life, and this man was drowning in the water, and he was asking for help, and Phil Collins let him drown, and that was the second story. The third story that came up out of it was that the man lived somehow. I mean, the man who was watching the guy drown, he ended up sending him a ticket. He come to the concert and he sang this story to say, I know that you let this person drown. Come to find out, none of those stories are true. Nobody drowned. This song was supposed to be meant, the whole album actually, this album that come off from, was supposed to be a way to get back at his wife, who he was breaking up with and getting a divorce. And he was trying to put lines in the song that would cause her to want to get back with him. And I guess when he got to this song, he had put up a bunch of spontaneous lines that just he was thinking about when he was thinking about his wife. He ended up using 96% of the lines. There was almost nothing that wasn't used in the song. But it had nothing to do with anyone drowning. It was literally, he was so mad at her at that point that if she had told him he was drowning, he wouldn't have let him the hand. That's what he was getting at. Not figuratively, someone was drowning and he didn't give him the hand. So that's just what I want to say. I got that literally off the internet from an interview that a magazine was having with Phil Collins, and that was a story that Phil Collins told. He said that he doesn't know where all the other stories came from. It's just he knows it's a spooky sounding song, and it even freaked him out a little bit when he wrote it. And he said that that it would probably freak out other people, and so stories started coming up because it's such a spooky song. But it's supposed to be just kind of a song that he was just uttering out stuff to his wife that during a divorce, and he was just saying things that were on his mind.
I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that dick, know where you've been. It's all been a packed lie, and I can feel it coming in the air all night. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it in the air tonight. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I remember how worried, how could I ever forget? It's the first time and the last time we ever met.
Oh, is he gonna do the drum solo himself?
But I know
It looks like he's getting ready, even though he's singing. he's got a mic around his mouth, and it's probably so that he can actually do the drum solo at the same time that he's singing. This will be awesome if that's what he's gonna do.
The reason why you keep your silence up. No, you don't fool me. You see, the hurt doesn't shout, but the pain still grows. So stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord. I'm waiting for the storm for all my life. Oh, Lord.
I suppose it could be this drum solo they were talking about. Some part of the drums is the story where he told me he heard it come back through the thing. And this is the most famous part of the drums of the song. So I'm guessing maybe it was this that they heard coming back into the feed and they realized they had to record it. And this was probably what it was. He said he wanted to put it in one of his songs and he later did. It's got to be this one right here, this drum solo.
Feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord.
Definitely, it makes sense now that it's about, you know, a breakup or about his wife or whatever, because you can feel the hurt and stuff in his voice when he gets right into it. I love this song. I absolutely love this song. Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight, no ticket required, live. David Tripp, if you are listening to this, brother, this was for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if anyone else liked it, like me and him are going to like it, please hit that like button. And then share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or anywhere else. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you enjoyed the song and the story behind the song. I'll see you next video. Till then, this is Dean saying, have a nice day.